This is my presentation on a culture in our community by Kimberly Peterson. The South Sudanese refugees actually started coming over to America approximately around 1995. They were trying to escape war and poverty in their own country. They had gone on with a civil war for many years between the North and South Sudanese countries. And actually in Omaha, Nebraska, the metropolitan area, we actually have the largest population of South Sudanese refugees than anywhere else in the United States. We have approximately about over 15,000 currently. And they've actually located to Omaha and this metropolitan area for the simple fact because it's a better cost of living for them and there's more opportunities for employment was the reasons for coming here. And there was actually a story, an article about a little boy. He was 4 years old, and his village was, they had a military coup to his village, and so they lost their shelters, their crops were destroyed, their cattle were killed. So their father, it was him and his brother, mother and father, and the village went over to a nearby village to try to escape. And for 5 years, they tried to escape going through swamps that were shoulder high. They were infected with crocodiles, hippos in these swamps. And through all of that, his mother became sick and died. His father was killed by the military. So him and his brother made it through to a refugee camp actually in Ethiopia, and that's how they ended up coming to America. Some things about the South Sudanese, their culture, their beliefs, their traditions. They actually have about sometimes up to 20 family members that live with them. They'll have cousins, and they also just have a lot of children. They are a very male dominant. The male is definitely the decision maker, the breadwinner in the family. And then they have, for their marriages, a lot of them are arranged, and they're arranged for monetary reasons. Because of their poverty, they give away their daughters for exchange for a monetary value. Their main language is Arabic. And I did try to learn that language to say hello in that language, but it's very difficult. And then they use scarification, some very unique type of tattooing, like on their faces, their hands, and on their body. And it is a sign of adulthood. And they also are very hard workers. They had to be in their country to escape poverty, to survive, and that has rolled over into them here in the United States. Some things a healthcare provider should know in the United States is they have a language barrier. Obviously, they speak Arabic, and they are not most of them lack education. They do have a higher suicidal mental health rate. They have problems like anxiety, depression, shame, anger, PTSD from everything that has happened to them in their country. Over 40% of them do not have health insurance. They have long-standing health conditions due to the conditions in their country because of the poverty. They have a lack of understanding of our health care. So in that instance, they would need more assistance, more understanding. They are not even sure how to schedule appointments. So they would definitely need a helping hand in all of that. They have water contact diseases from the Nile River from their country, like malaria and dung fever. So, in summary, the South Sudanese are actually becoming more educated. They are somewhat, some of them are able to go back to their country. They are adapting to our culture, to new culture. And to summarize it, the 4 year old boy Jacob that I started the story with is now graduated from University of Nebraska at Lincoln with a degree in agronomy. So what he plans to do with that degree is go back to his country and give people farming tools and teach them how to farm. He said it will be tough because they have been in refugee camps for over 20 years. So very sad, but he hopes to change that. He's already started a nonprofit. He's sent them mosquito nets. So he plans to do a lot more. Thank you for watching.